What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to take a look at Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider. We're gonna get some first impressions of him. There are a few things that I want to test out, how good this guy is going to work for Dark Dimension, how well it works with Cloak and Dagger, how well it works with Anti-Venom, and how well it works in Blitz. Will we be able to split the Web Warriors to make two better teams rather than just have a very strong one? This is things that we are going to take a look in this video. So with that said, I don't have a red star opening for you today. I opened my red stars. I got the best drop that I got on him was a 4, and I only got one time 4. Then I got a few 5s and a few 6s. I got 5 on Spider-Gwen, but she was already at 5. Then I got 6 on Daredevil and on Black Panther, two very useful characters. At least Daredevil has the Shadowland. I already have Moon Knight at 6 as well, everyone else is at 5, so maybe that's a team I should work on, but it's definitely not a priority right now. And yeah, so Scarlet Spider, only 4 red stars on him. That's fine, but you want as much red stars on him as possible. He is not a game-breaking character, so it's not like you really need it. It's not Eternal's level of good. It's just on this specific team, where the higher red stars he has, the better the team will perform. Okay, so with that said, in terms of ISO 8 recommendations, I recommend for most part Raider, but there is a small argument to use him as a striker, so you have an additional chance of applying defense down, offense down and slow. Now, applying offense down and slow, it's only in raids, so that's quite lame. And in terms of T4s, I did the T4 on the passive because it gives him 15% more dodge and also 15% more health to the entire team, which is quite nice. Whenever they dodge, they get a third meter, so that's quite relevant as well. And the additional crit damage, it only works in raids, which is super lame. And this is why I have a lot of concerns about this team, because they are telling us that we need to invest in this team, but this team is only good in raids. Outside of raids, this team is okay. Now, in terms of the special, I also did this T4 because it increases the number of negative effects that we extend from 2 to 3. So if the enemies have multiple negative effects, this one will be impactful because it will be more likely that you can extend that blind, disrupt, or defense down or slow or whatever that you want. It's only for 2 turns, so, and it has a maximum of 5. You cannot go beyond 5 with these negative effects. So yeah, that's quite lame. And that's pretty much it. The basic and the special, nothing special. Okay, so with that said, I will get this guy eventually at gear tier 15, but it requires almost 1000 superior basic catalysts, and yeah, no thanks. Okay, so we are going to go first. Let's go first on Blitz. Then we are going on a Dark Dimension. So we want to use Ben Reilly. So we are going to select City. We are going to use our boy Scarlet Spider and see how exactly they do in Blitz. Okay, so I want OG Spider-Man, I want Spider-Gwen, Ben Reilly and Miles. And we can take, we don't need to take a healer, we need to, okay, let's get this guy in, maybe. Okay, so let's try this team out. The purpose of this team, of course, it's not to win, it's just to see how much healing we are getting and see if it's enough to split the team apart and make 2 stronger teams out of the Web Warriors. Because OG Spider-Man on his own, with Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, they can win by themselves on Blitz at 8.3. So we are going to take a look at that. We have some nice damage there already. We have that heal block, that's a little bit concerning. So let's see, whenever you apply negative effects, we are going to heal. Oof, 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 oof. That healing is not very impressive. Okay, so let's do that. We are extending the negative effects. Now let's start to rewind this guy over here. So with each negative effect, it only heals once. So that's something that you need to pay attention to. You want to attack as many enemies as possible so you can get as much of that proc from the ability as possible. So here we are going to apply, let's apply slow on this guy and attack everyone else. So let's see if that will activate 4 times or 5. Okay, so it activated the 5 times, which is nice. So yeah, I'm a little bit concerned on splitting this team for Blitz. It seems that it's not good enough, but we'll see. Okay, so let's go after Ultron because he's a big boy and he's going to cause us trouble. Okay, now let's apply the defense up and stun him, and we should be able to get rid of him before he does anything funny, hopefully. Okay, so there you go. He's doing tons of damage. That's the impressive part about Scarlet Spider, is how much damage he does, and the other ones don't do so much because we are not in raid. So okay, not terrible. The healing is not amazing, but I guess it's somewhat decent. And because he has so low yellow stars and red stars, only when it gets a little bit bigger it will become more interesting. Okay, so that we already cleared some ideas about this guy. Now let's take a look at the Dark Dimension and see this guy in action together with Anti-Venom and together with Symbiote Spider-Man. So we are going to join Dark Dimension 2 just to test out the characters. And yeah, supposedly this is the team I'm going to use for the Doom raids. Tomorrow I will show you how exactly they perform, even with the Scarlet Spider at low level, unfortunately. And it's unfortunate as well that we cannot revive him in any way like we can with the symbiotes. Okay, so here we go. He goes first, but this is not always the case. It depends on if the character dodged or not. They get that additional turn meter. So we are applying all those defense downs. Now we are going to extend them. And this is something interesting that we can do with the Anti-Venom, is that now he is going to give all those turns of a defense down into a defense up, and there is a chance that it will also apply to the Web Warrior. So this becomes very, very interesting. Okay, so let's attack this guy here because he has less bleeds than the others, so it's more likely for us to give the defense ups. Okay, so we got 2 turns defense up, 3 turns of defense up on the Web Warriors, and we have 3 turns of speed up on the symbiotes. So that will be very, very interesting because it's a problem with the symbiotes on this team is that they don't have Carnage and they don't have Scream. So they needed to get the speed up from somewhere else, otherwise they will be a little bit too slow because the Web Warriors can give themselves defense up. Okay, so let's apply stun on this guy. 400,000 crit without the additional 50% damage. Yikes. Okay, now we have this amazing ultimate, great animation, and the damage is just a little bit lame, but that's fine. Okay, so Anti-Venom, Scarlet Spider, great combination. I really, really like it and can't wait for tomorrow to try this guy out in Doom 2.3. My alliance right now is doing Doom 2.3 daily, and we are doing pretty fine there. And the last experience that I want to do is with these guys right here with the Cloak and Dagger. So the goal is to extend the blinds and then spread them around with the Ghost Spider, Spider-Gwen. I was a problem saying the name of this character. And we can use OG Spider-Man or Symbiote Spider-Man. Of course, Symbiote Spider-Man is a lot better for Dark Dimension because his passive works not only in raids but also in Dark Dimension, so that's a huge benefit. Okay, so let's try to apply these blinds. Okay, we have blind there. We are not going to spread it around right now, we want to extend it, so let's apply ability block on this guy. Let's make sure that they are not taunting way too much. Okay, so we have 2 turns of blind over there, so you're able to extend it. We have offense down for days on that Ant-Man. Let's see if we are able to spread that. And the good thing about this combination of Scarlet Spider, Ghost Spider and the Web Warriors is that we don't have to use the ultimate from Dagger. We can use the ultimate from Cloak and then extend, then spread the negative effects around, and then we will still have the... Okay, so now let's extend that blind with the OG Spider-Man. Okay, that's fine. Let's see if we are fast enough to spread it around. I think we are. Okay, so yeah, we use the cooldowns with the Cloak, we spread it around with the Ghost Spider, and this means that we can have the cooldown of Dagger ready for whenever the negative effects expire. So this is going to be very important because it means that you can have multiple turns of blinds on the enemies without you having to worry about the cooldowns. The only cooldown that you have to worry about is the cooldown from Ghost Spider on the ability that shares this. But once again, if you are using the ability from Cloak, if you are extending and then spreading, then you have the ability from Dagger, and then you can extend it again, and then you'll have once again the ultimate ready with the Ghost Spider when you are expiring of everything, and you'll have once again the cooldown of Cloak. So this looks like a very good team for Dark Dimension, and that's going to change a little bit my recommendation. So we don't really need a Symbiote Spider-Man. It definitely helps. He's giving everyone of the Web Warriors 30% more max health, but for this specific combo he helps a little bit with the special, but it's not necessary. Okay, so we are going to use this, and now we could extend it again and so on. So very interesting. Okay guys, so those were my first impressions on Scarlet Spider. Definitely a very interesting character, allow us to do a lot of combos, not only with the symbiotes but also with the new warriors. A lot of potential for Dark Dimension, not so much potential for Blitz, which is a little bit concerning. But as we get this guy a little bit higher in terms of yellow stars and red stars, I'm sure that it will turn out a lot better. But this is something that we will see in the future. In terms of raids, we will see tomorrow in Doom 2.3 if the team works exactly the way we want it to work, or if we have some problem and we have to adjust the ISO weight accordingly in order to avoid this problem. So yeah guys, that's gonna be my first impressions on Scarlet Spider. Definitely a very interesting character, can't wait for his event on January 7, where we'll be able to get some more shards for him. So I hope you guys did enjoy the information on this video. If you did, like always, make sure to smash that like button, and if you are new to my channel and if you want to see more Marvel Strike Force content, make sure you subscribe for more videos, and I will catch you guys later.